Verstappen is a two-time world champion and is probably the best driver on the grid in many people's eyes. He is a very old school driver with the way that he speaks to the media and acts in certain situations. And many people think he is very similar to the late, great Ayrton Senna. Max, of course, as you probably already know, dominated the 2022 season with ease, and no one got close to him at all, and he walked away with a massive 15 wins to his name. Max has always been a massive gamer and is actually part of an esports organisation in Team Redline that has taken part in several online races such as the 24-hour of Le Mans. So it's clear that Max is a massive fan of being in the simulator, not only at the Red Bull factory but also the house in Monaco, where he has a state-of-the-art sim ring that any gamer would die for. As the title suggests, Max, apparently from several sources, does not want to use Ricardo Sim Data. You may be wondering what exactly this means. Well, let's get right into it. As we all know, Daniel Ricciardo does not have a main seat for 2023, and he has decided that he will be the third driver for Red Bull. Daniel left the team at the end of the 2018 season, and he has never looked like the driver he did all those years ago. So it's kind of strange to see him back at Red Bull, this time as a third driver and someone who will not even be racing for the team full time. Daniel's role for 2023 will mostly be from a marketing standpoint, because Daniel is one of the most popular drivers on the grid, especially in America, and with Red Bull being a huge force all over the world, in a marketing sense, it was a no-brainer for the two to come together for this opportunity. Daniel would also be in the position to step in for any session that Sergio Perez or Max Verstappen cannot compete in, and he may even take part in a couple of practice sessions. But Daniel will also work in the factory and on the simulator to help the team get the RB19 ready to give Red Bull the best possible chance to retain both the championships. Daniel is an experienced race winner who will be able to bring a lot to the team that is already very good at what they do. But it's always important to build on success, and adding someone like Daniel to the team will be a big plus, of course. Now, onto why you probably clicked on this video. Why Max Verstappen will not use Ricardo Sim Data. It seems very strange for Max to take this stance, as they were very close friends for the most part when they were both at Red Bull, and even after Daniel left the team. So it is strange for Max not to use someone's data who was such a good driver and is a massive friend of himself, but it's kind of expected from Max. Max, as we talked earlier, is a very old school driver and likes to keep himself to himself a lot. He comes to the track, races, goes home, and he lives his life quite normally. He's very blunt with the media. Even in this case, he gives answers which are straight to the point, and he speaks what he believes all of the time and does not hold back on any situation. Max came out and said this about Ricardo and his sim data. As far as I'm concerned, I don't want there to be a test driver working in a simulator like the other teams do. I want to work on it myself because everyone has their own driving style. It helps me keep my concentration. These quotes are quite revealing for a number of reasons, and one of these is that, of course, he is implying that he does not want to use any third driver simulation data, even if it was Daniel Ricciardo. He does not want to use. Max has a lot of belief in himself and clearly only wants to use data from himself, as it gives him feedback on how he is driving in the sim compared to another driver. Max and Daniel have very different driving styles, with Max wanting to be a very good front end and wanting to be very smooth with the car, compared to Daniel, who is someone who brakes later than some, and this was shown many times in his career. It is very easy to understand why Max does not want to use his data, as he knows he is driving so he can pick what he is good at and what he needs to improve on. It is not really a dig at Daniel directly, he just believes that he shouldn't use his data and there's no real help to him. It may come across as cocky, as Max could be saying that he is the best, which many people believe is true at the moment, but this is probably not the truth. It is just more that he wants to be more personalised sim data to work off him from. The second thing that could be suggested from what Verstappen said is that he is throwing some shade at other teams for having a test driver do all the work in the simulator and the main drivers just steal it. Before it does get suggested by some fans, this is more likely not about Mercedes and Lewis Hamilton, as he has been in the simulator a lot more in the past couple of seasons. Before 2021, Lewis would say he never used a simulator, but now he has been using it constantly alongside George Russell, who have both taken pictures and put them on Instagram hard at work in the sim. Max is just saying that other drivers are maybe lazy and they just allow people beneath them to do all the work. Of course, this is speculation and we are not sure what teams do it. Overall, Max does not want to use Ricardo Sim Data, but it is not all that it seems. It just means that Max only wants to use the data that is customized to him. But what do you think of Max taking this stance on using Ricardo Sim Data? Is he in the right for not using it, or should he use it as it gives him a different view? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Now, onto something which is very exciting for Max, and that is he is going to have a gaming simulator rig on his private jet. Max travels from race to race all over the world, and this massive private jet that carries him, his friends and family and anyone else who wants a ride, even Lando Norris took a ride to Monaco once. Max has been a huge fan of being on the simulator, and this was seen in 2015 when, before the Belgian Grand Prix, he practiced an overtake with his friends on his rig. Then when the race would come around, Max would do the exact same move at the exact same place just weeks after he practiced that exact move. It is clear that Max practices and tries his skills on the sim rig at home in Monaco. With Max now having a whole sim rig on his private jet, he can practice these moves when he is on his travels from race to race. If you had a private jet, would you have a simulator on your jet? I know I would, but let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Overall, it is fair to say that Max's talent is enhanced by using the simulator all over the world, from the factory to when he is thousands of miles in the air. He wants to make sure that anything he does in the factory is his, and that he vocally said that he does not want to use the third driver in Daniel Ricciardo's sim data. They are best friends, but Max wants to have every little edge that he can over his opponents, as Max knows how tight the 2023 season could be with Ferrari and Mercedes coming back into the picture. So when Max is at the Red Bull factory, he wants to only look back at his data and find out what he can make improvements on. But will it make the difference come the season opener? Guess we will have to find out once we reach lights out and away we go in Bahrain. Thank you so much for watching this video, and make sure that you hit that like button and subscribe to watch more videos just like this one.